For the next process, which is defining our customers, we go through a few different steps. First, we define our customer types and our brokers, and we define our customers. We define the types and brokers first because those are fields that are used in the main customer definition. To define customer types and brokers both, you'll see that we have some fields with a code and a description. We would enter the type code or the broker code and the description or the broker name. And then we have an add option where we can create new entries, a modify option where we can view the current entries, and we can page up or page down as we cycle through the entries on the system, or we can delete a type code that we don't want. We also have the option to print, and that's again identical for the brokers as well as for the customer types. Once we've defined our customer types and our brokers, we can go in and actually begin defining our customers. The Define Customers option, you'll note that we have a pick list so that we can pick any of the current customers that are already defined on the system. We can use the next, previous, top, and bottom buttons to navigate. We can also have the Find option so that we can try to locate a specific customer, although typically here we'll just be in the add mode. Let's go ahead and look at the modify option. First, you'll note the account number. When you go into the add mode, you will be required to provide an account number. The account number can be any alphanumeric number that you want. You'll want to find a meaningful way of generating those account numbers, perhaps based on the last name of the customer, perhaps on their phone number, something that's meaningful that will help you to identify that customer at a later point in time. Let's go ahead and modify the current entry so we can take a look at some of the data that's available there. We have the customer, the name of their company, or the name of the individual, as well as a contact person and some address information. Down here you'll note that we have the salesperson that we can assign. Using the pick list, we can select a salesperson, pick somebody that actually has a salesperson ID assigned here. You can specify the discount. If this is a permanent discount customer, then that discount will always come up in the customer orders screen. You can also specify a credit limit. A credit limit is the maximum amount of receivables that you want that customer to have, and if you place an invoice that will push a customer over their credit limit, you'll be notified and warned whether or not you want to continue processing that invoice. You can assign a tax table. The software will allow you to define up to 54 tax tables, which you can, through definitions, assign a tax rate to each of those tax tables. This is the tax table that will be used by default for this customer. If the customer is not taxable, then you can have a specific tax rate indicating, or a specific tax table entry indicating non-taxable customers. You can specify the price level. The software has 5 price levels, and for each product you'll specify a price level for each price that you want to be able to use, for each price level that you want to be able to use. And then your customer, when you place an order for that customer, will pull all of his pricing based on the appropriate price level. You can specify your terms. The first entry for terms here indicates the terms as they'll print on the statements or invoices, and the numbers below correspond to the way that the software will actually do the calculations based on terms. So in this situation, a 2% discount will be valid and available on the invoice if it's paid within 10 days of its creation. Invoices are due in full 30 days after their creation. On the second page, we have the customer type field, and again, here you have the pick list allowing you to pick which customer type you want to assign. You have the finance percent, which is the rate that finance charges are accrued at, and then some finance charge information. Finance date represents the last date that finance charges were calculated for this customer. Current finance indicates the amount of finance charges that were calculated with the last batch, and total finance represents the current total outstanding finance charges for this customer. Next, you can specify if this is a balance forward or an open invoice account. Open invoice accounts calculate receivables based on each invoice that's open separately. They calculate finance charges that way, and that's the default that we recommend in the software. The VAR discount field is used for the manufacturer rep sales. And so next we have the status field. In the status field you can put whatever information you want. However, if you put a status of hold, then when you try to place an order for that customer, the customer status window will appear showing you the current notes information. So that could be information that you always want the user to see, such as ship all their orders UPS, or it could be information that they need to see so that they don't make a mistake, such as this customer has a bad check, don't take checks from them. Next, you have a past due limit. The past due limit works similarly to the credit limit in that if a customer has invoices older than the past due limit, when you try to create a new order for that customer, the software will warn you that they're past their limit, they're past their past due limit, and prompt you whether or not you want to continue. And that's your choice then at that point. Next, we have the broker and region fields. Again, for both of those, we have a pick list allowing you to specify the broker and region you want assigned. If this is a tax-exempt customer, you need to collect their tax-exempt number. That can be stored in the software here. And then you have their default shipping information. On the last page, we have the customer creation date. And then a picture if you want to keep a picture for that customer. Pictures are stored in the BPA Pictures directory. We use the BMP file format, and so in this field you would enter the file name of the picture without the .bmp extension. And then finally, some internet fields if you are using the integrated e-commerce system that allow you to specify how the internet should deal with this customer. And you can also store an email address and a website address for each customer. When you're finished modifying or adding a record, you can press the Save button, or you can press F3 using the keyboard, or if you want to discard changes you've made, you can press the Cancel button. Go ahead and save and then exit.